I'm going to talk about how to generate more realtor lender referrals. Let me go over here to my PowerPoint, and then we'll just get going after I share my screen. All right. So just a little bit about me. I've been with working with RECAMP now for about 20 years. We've been in business for going on our 27th year. A little bit of an update going to be happening on the PowerPoint. But RECAMP was developed by an insurance agent for his own agency. A little bit about our company. He was a realtor for 10 years. He was with REMAX. He was an insurance agent for 10 years. He was actually with Farmers. And about halfway through his Farmers career, management came to him and said, "What are you doing to increase your numbers?" He showed them. They said, "Brilliant." They sent him out on the road for a couple of years to teach other Farmers agents how to use RECAMP. He eventually sold his agency back to the company and took RECAMP national in 1999. Now, the reason I like to share that part of our story is that we're not a niche marketing company that just popped up and said, "Hey, let's market to insurance agents." We're a company that was born out of necessity, and 27 years later, we're still doing it. Now, the benefit of David being in both industries is that he knew what realtors wanted, what lenders wanted from their insurance agent, because for 10 years he wanted the same thing. And so that's the premise of what RECAMP is. We've been written about in books and periodicals. Jeff Hastings was the manager of the year several years with his company. He wrote a book, So You Want to Be an Insurance Agent. In there, he said that his agents had been using RECAMP for over 8 years, and they had not found a better program on the market to generate referrals from realtors or mortgage lenders. I think Jeff is on his eighth or ninth rendition of the book, and RECAMP is still prominently talked about in key ways for insurance agents to generate referrals from realtors and lenders. So basically, this is the question we always get. Well, what is RECAMP? What does it do? How does it work? Well, we take realtors and lenders' biggest weaknesses, we take their industry statistics, and we take their compliance, and we use that to our advantage. Well, how exactly do we do that? Well, first of all, we know that if you can answer this question, RECAMP may not be a fit for you. Obviously, it's a loaded question, but once a realtor or lender knows our name, once they know the company we represent's names, they basically know everything else we're going to tell them. We're going to tell them that we represent a great company, that it's been around for years, it's going to continue to be around for years, it's financially stable, it's a major play in the industry, that we've got a lot of experience we bring to the table, we've got a great team, we're going to do reviews with that client once or twice a year. If they're in an accident, we're going to handle it promptly and properly. We've got a great claims department. We're going to make sure we get the evidence of insurance to closing on time. I mean, we're all saying the same stuff. And that realtor lender's heard it thousands of times because every insurance agent is saying the same things to them. And what that realtor lender really wants to know, and here's the question, is what are you going to do for me personally that's going to help me build my business? Because if you can help me build my business, I will send you everything. And from the insurance perspective, what's our answer? How are we going to help the realtor lenders grow their business? We don't really have an effective way. Everything that we have in place is to help the policyholder. You know, evidence of insurance closing on time, best policy, best premium, best rates, best products. It's all policy or client driven. It's not realtor lender driven. So that's where RECAMP fits in, is it gives the insurance agents a way to help the realtor lenders grow their business and become a valuable member of that realtor lenders team. All right, so let's talk about what the biggest weaknesses are of realtor lenders to kind of level set the playing field here. So there's some consumer surveys out there that say 75% of the consumer surveyed said they were happy with the realtor lender they used. They said they'd use the same realtor lender a second time, but less than 9% actually end up using the same realtor lender a second time. And after 12 months, 80% couldn't even remember the name of the realtor lender they used. They could remember the company name, REMAX, Century 21, Movement Mortgage, but they couldn't remember the actual realtor lender's name. And if you go ask a realtor lender today why those numbers are so low, they're going to tell you it's because we don't follow up, we don't stay in touch. And if you ask them why they're not following up and staying in touch, they're going to say, we are just so busy, we don't have time. Partly true these days, we're all pretty busy. But the bigger reason why realtor lenders aren't following up with their clients like they know they should has to do with the buying cycle. I know that if I just sold you guys a house or funded you a loan, you're not in the market to buy another house or fund another loan for years to come. So what a realtor lender thinks to themselves is, why should I spend my marketing dollars marketing to a client that I just got a big commission check from? I need to spend my marketing dollars trying to find new clients, new prospects, new leads. But where the blind spot is in that thinking is that our past clients are the best source of referrals for us. And if they can't remember our name in 10 to 12 months or use us again in the future, I can guarantee that they're not going to refer their friends, family, and sphere of influence to us. So now that we understand that weakness of a realtor lender, we've got some avenues or some angles we can talk to them for. So how does RECAMP, oops, I went backwards. Yep, there we go. So how does RECAMP work? Well, I'm going to talk to my realtor lenders. We're going to kind of go in and out of a role play model here. But if I'm talking to a realtor lender and I just explain those statistics to them, I'm going to tell them, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor Lender, what if I had a system that would take your past clients, and I'm going to set those clients up several times throughout the year with marketing pieces. And the pieces that we use are specifically designed to generate referrals from your past clients, their friends, their family, their spheres of influence. Now, every time we send a marketing piece out, we're going to notify the realtor lender with an email. The email is going to tell them the piece that we sent, the day that we sent it, the client that we sent it to, and that client's phone number, so that all that realtor lender has to do now is pick up the phone, make a warm phone call, because we've set them up with that marketing piece. They're going to be able to visit with their client and generate referrals. And we ask realtor lenders all across the country, would you like to participate in a program like this? If there were no cost to you, no work on your part, and I did it for you for the next 5 years. What do you think a realtor lender is going to say to that? You're going to market to my client at no cost for 5 years? Kind of a no-brainer, but it sounds too good to be true. What's in it for you? And what's in it for the insurance agent is, in order for you to implement this program, you have to have a mutual client with that realtor lender. So in layman's terms, that realtor lender sends you a referral. You write the policy on that referral. Now that you have a mutual client with them, you can plug them into RECAMP to where we're going to market to that client on behalf of the realtor lender 8 or 9 times a year for the next 5 years. I'll go into a little more detail on what that works, but that's the high level of what RECAMP does. And there's 2 other parts of our program. The second part is how we encourage our clients to market to their realtor lender partners. Now, like it or not, our industry is becoming more and more of a commodity every day. It's sold by a duck, by a lizard, by a pig in a blanket, a football game. But we're not a commodity. But yet we use business cards that are the biggest commodity marketing piece out there. I can go to Vista Print today, and for $10, I can get 500 business cards. Everybody has business cards these days. And the other thing that happens is that when you use your business card, you're building the name and brand recognition of the company above and beyond yours. Our goal is to build your name and brand recognition. Not that we're going to overlook the company you represent, but at the first initial opportunity, we want to build your name and brand recognition. I used to talk to my wife and I would say, hey, when we have a wreck, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to call Farmers, because that's who our insurance was at the time. And I said, why are you going to call Farmers? Well, that's what I need to call. It's like, no, you call Todd Gillette. He's our agent. He'll kind of help guide us through that process, but you don't call, so we want to separate ourselves. And so that's what this personal marketing piece will do for us, is it allows us to build our name and our brand recognition with the realtor lenders that we're using and their clients initially. Like I said, we're not keeping our company a secret. We're just keeping that initial engagement to where it's our brand that we're promoting. And then the third and final part of our program is that we're going to send out monthly marketing on your behalf to the realtors and lenders that have committed to do the program with you as a reminder to them of what you're doing to help them build their business. Then we send you the email that say, Mr. and Mrs. Insurance Agent, we sent a power card to Susan the Realtor on Tuesday. Here's her phone number. Pick up the phone and call her. We've all heard the fortunes in the follow-up, but these power cards will give you the opportunity to follow up with your realtor lender partners at least once a month. So kind of the three pillars of RECAMP are, the first one is how you're going to help the realtor lender grow their business. The second is how you're going to market your agency to the realtors and lenders that you're working with, but more importantly, to their clients. And then how you're going to stay engaged with your realtor lenders on a regular basis. All right, so let's see what these marketing pieces look like. So when you meet with a realtor lender, we have a presentation we'll provide for you. And each one of those presentations, we're going to start with those statistics. 75% were happy, 9% said they'd use you again, 8% forget your name. And then we're going to go in the description of RECAMP. Well, what if I had a system to take those fast clients? Now, on my introduction, during this presentation, this is where I'm going to tell them that we have to have a mutual client. I'm going to say, this is the first time ever someone in my position truly has the opportunity to help you build your business. My goal in working with you is to have you become one of the few realtor lenders in our community that strictly work off referrals and repeat business. Now, what I'm going to show you, I'm going to do for the next 5 years. And the main way that this will stop is, in order for me to implement this program with you, we have to have a mutual client. And if for any reason that mutual client moves their policy off of my book of business because of the compliance in your industry, I'm not able to do this for you anymore. When you frame it like that, the realtor lenders know exactly what we're saying to them, and they understand that. So in the introduction, we're going to outline the framework of how this works, and then we're going to go into showing them what the marketing pieces look like. So you're going to see a blank screen come up, and I'm going to tell that realtor lender, this is the mock presentation. So I've gone through those 4 steps, and I'm going to say, now the first piece that we're going to send out on your behalf, 30 days after that homeowner's moved into that house, I'm sure you've gone by, given them a gift basket, a gift card, you've done something nice for them. But I'm going to send them a thank you card, thanking them for the opportunity they allowed you in working with them in one of the biggest financial decisions of their life. Now, each one of these appreciation cards, we're going to hand sign the name of the realtor lender on the inside. We're going to include a business card on the inside, the realtor lender's business card. And then we're going to send them an email that says, we sent a thank you card to the Johnson family on Tuesday. Here's their phone number. Pick up the phone and call. Now, that realtor lender may not call on the 30-day card, but the next one I'm going to get them. The 90-day card, realtors or lenders are taught that they should do 90-day follow-up calls. A lot of them don't make that call because in their mind they're thinking, what I'm going to say to my client? They've only been in that house 3 months. It's not like they're going to be buying another house. So whenever I pull this particular appreciation card up, I'm going to tell that realtor lender, you and I both know the first 90 days that the homeowner's in that house, there's more real estate collectively talked about during that first 90 days than any other time they're going to be in that house. They've got their friends coming over, their families coming over, their neighbors are coming over. What brought you to the neighborhood? What do you like best about the house? How's the market? How's the interest rates? We're looking to upsize, downsize, resize. We're changing school districts. We just got transferred. There's a whole lot of real estate talked about. So by telling that realtor lender, this is the perfect opportunity to call. And we're going to say to them, when you call, all you have to say now is, hey, Beth, how's the house? How's the move? Been in it for what, like 3 months now? Man, great. You guys all unpacked, settled in. You're still enjoying your home? Man, that's wonderful. Well, hey, listen, just wanted to call and make sure things are still going smooth. And I bet you've had a lot of people in and out of your house the last 90 days. Let me ask, who have you talked to during that time that might have talked about their real estate needs? A lot of time that realtor lender will stop you on this particular appreciation card because they see the value. But we want to continue to role play all of the cards because that's the premise, right? They're able to generate referrals from their clients. And I don't care what guru you ask about referrals, they're all going to tell you if you're not asking for referrals, you're not going to get referrals. And so we want to convey to that realtor lender that we're giving them 9 opportunities a year to ask for those referrals. So the next 2 appreciation cards that are mailed out are the husband and wife birthday cards. I'm going to tell that realtor lender, another opportunity for you to call your client. Hey, Beth, happy birthday. Did you get my birthday card in the mail? Well, we know she did because I got the email that said she did. You guys got any plans today? Going to go to a show, go to the movie, do anything fun with your family? Well, hey, listen, Beth, I hope you have a great birthday. And don't forget, we're always here. If you have any questions about the industry, the market, feel free to give me a call. I'm always happy to help. Now, next one is the anniversary of when they moved into that house. I'm going to pick up the phone, call that client. Hey, Beth, happy home anniversary. Can you believe it's been another year you've been in that house? It just seems like yesterday we were driving neighborhoods trying to find the right house, the right location. You're still enjoying your home, I presume? Man, that's great. Well, hey, listen, hope you have a great anniversary. And don't forget, if you have any friends, family that are looking to buy, sell, or refi, I'd be happy to visit with them. Be sure you send them my way. Now we're getting into some fun, unexpected holiday cards. Groundhog, February 2nd every year. The inside of this piece says, every year the groundhog goes out to check the weather to see if we have 6 more weeks of winter. I'm going to do a little test and see if you've been receiving my cards. Please give me a call. Let me know you received my cards. It'll put a little spring into my step. The next one is 4th of July. This is coming up in a few weeks. The inside of this piece says, today as you pay homage to the red, white, and blue, take a moment to remember I'm thinking of you. If you know anyone thinking of buying, selling, or refinancing, please think of me. Now remember, all of these cards, my team hand signs the realtor lender's name on the inside. We include their business card, and we send them that email telling them the piece that we sent, the day that we sent it, the client we sent it to, and we include that client's phone number. Now, the next one is the Thanksgiving card, and we encourage the realtor lender to call after Thanksgiving, because between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they're going to see people that they probably haven't seen all year. And people are going to talk about their next year plans. What are you doing next year? We're looking to move. My kid's going to college. We're going to downsize. And so that realtor lender calls that client. Hey, Beth, how was your Thanksgiving? Do you have lots of friends and family come over? Man, that's great. Well, hey, listen, just wanted to say happy holidays. I know we're going to the holiday season, and you're probably going to run into people you haven't seen in a while. And if you happen to run across anybody that talks about their plans next year, buying or selling or refinancing, man, I'd love the opportunity to visit with them. Just send them our way. And then the last card that goes out the first year, you can see real big and bold on the outside says, I don't want your business. And then you open it up and it says, April Fools, of course I want your business. Just wanted to bring a smile to your face. Want you to know that I'm always here to help. If there's anything that I can do, please don't hesitate to call. Now, all of these cards, we're going to role play 6 or 7 of them and set in front of them. Now, I want to be clear real quick. The value proposition of RECAMP is not that we're sending the cards. It's not a card program. It's not a top of mind program. It's not that we're doing free marketing for them. There's no value in free. The value proposition of RECAMP is that we just gave them 9 opportunities to pick up the phone and call their client. And if they call them 6 or 7 times, there's a really good probability they're going to pick up new business. So whenever I'm talking to that realtor lender, I'm going to say to them, hey, let's work some numbers here. Let's imagine that we're able to get one of your clients on this program, just one. And let's imagine we're able to generate 1 referral this year. The average commission that a realtor lender makes on each transaction is about $3,000. So that's $3,000 this year, and I plan to do it for you for the next 5 years. So that's actually $15,000 of referral income from that one client's friends, family, and sphere of influence. Now, what if we're able to get, let's just say 10 of your clients on this program, and we're able to generate 1 referral a year from those 10 clients? That's $30,000 this year, and over 5 years, that's upwards of $150,000 of referral income. So rhetorical question here, but what's more important to that realtor lender, that you're doing some free marketing for them, or that you're trying to help them generate $150,000 of referral income over the next 5 years? Now, the second question, do you see the value of that realtor working with your agency? Because now you're trying to help them generate referrals from their book of business. So now you've differentiated yourself from other agents in your community because you're not just getting the evidence of insurance closing on time. Yeah, you can do all those same things the other agents can do, but I'm doing a little bit different. I'm actually going to try to help my referral partners also generate business because they chose to work with me. Now, the marketing piece that we look like, there's 12 you can select from, but this is what we're going to hand to that realtor lender when we finish up the presentation. We're going to say just 6 or 7 of them, but we're going to say, hey, next time you sell a house or fund a loan, just include this with your literature, the folio that's got all the MLS listings and the comps and the paperwork from the lenders. And when you're explaining next steps with them, when you come to this piece, just tell them that I'm a member of your team and that I'm the individual that typically takes care of all of the evidence of insurance for you, and that I'll be giving them a call the next day or so we can make sure we get the evidence of insurance to closing on time. It's called a presumptive close, but it allows that realtor lender to presume their clients are going to use you because of the way that they're marketing you to them. If you think about the title company transaction, that realtor lender is not giving 3 title companies for them to select from. They're saying we close most of our loans at ABC Title. If you've got your own, let us know, but here's where we'll go. And what does the consumer say? Okay. So we're trying to recreate that same environment where the realtor lender says, here's the insurance agent I use, and the consumer says, okay. Now, more professional than your typical business card is another reason why this sets apart. But it's compliant with all companies because we don't talk about a company in here. This is a third-party endorsement. You know, David can, David will, David does. So we don't talk about rates. We don't talk about, products or policy. It's there. Now, kind of wrapping this up, what has made RECAMP so successful over the past 20 years? Well, we've been on this for 25 minutes now talking, and we haven't said a single thing about insurance. Generating referrals from realtors or lenders has very little to do with insurance itself. RECAMP was actually designed to help the realtors and lenders build their business first. It applies the laws of marketing and reciprocity. For those of you that know who Zig Ziglar is, he has a statement, and he says you can get anything in the world that you want by helping enough other people get what they want. So with RECAMP, we're now helping the realtor lenders generate more referrals from their past clients. We're helping brand them to their past clients to where they're going to want to send us more referrals so we can help them generate more referrals from their clients. And it creates a symbiotic relationship to where currently in the setup, we're what I like to call takers. Give me business, give me leads, give me referrals. But with RECAMP, we're able to change the narrative. Hey, I'm going to try to help you generate business. Yeah, you've got to send me business to get business, but here's what my goal is. All right, well, a lot of you guys might say, well, don't realtor lenders have access to something like this? 100%. They all have access to some type of a card program. But if you think about the marketing that happens with their companies, if I co-op something with Remax, Century 21, you better believe it's like when we co-op, that company wants their name and logo as many places and times as it can be on that piece of marketing. And when the consumer receives that marketing and it's got the big company logo, it becomes nothing more than a solicitation from the company and loses a lot of its value. With what we offer up, we're trying to brand that realtor lender to their clients by sending 8 non-institutional branded cards to that client of theirs. And those are some of the rules of marketing reciprocity is it can't be company generic, company oriented. It has to be personally unique and different. And so the benefit of this is that if that realtor lender leaves their company and they go from Reed to Century or Keller Williams, well, that company's not going to notify all of the clients and say, hey, by the way, Beth has now moved to Century 21. Here's her new email address if you want to get a hold of her. So that card program that they're involved with through their company is no longer relevant. With RECAMP, they just send us new business cards. We throw away the old ones. We're going to continue to market to their past clients no matter what company they go to. So that's the benefit of actually branding that realtor lender to their client, and we're not using some type of a company marketing approach that only benefits the company itself. All right. Then lastly, I didn't talk too much about the third tier, the third pillar, but we mail out these power cards on your behalf to the realtors or lenders that have committed to do the program with you as a reminder to them of what you're doing to help them. We'd also send you that email, but all these power cards will have your name, nothing about your company. It'll have the realtor lender's name. And there's just two versions of these that we rotate. One says referrals and repeat business are the keys to the long and prosperous career. The other one says solidify relationships. We just rotate them every month. But to be quite honest with you, these could say blah, 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 blah. It's not the content on here that's relevant. It's the opportunity that you have to call that realtor lender and say, hey, David, this is Lance. I was calling to see if you got my power card in the mail, a big green, white, orange, oversized postcard. I don't care if David said yes or no. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, that's great. No, I didn't see anything. Hey, don't worry about it. I'll send another one next month. But the reason I'm sending these is I'm committed to working with you. I'm excited about our opportunity to partner with one another. And I'm following up from our meeting last month to make sure that there's no clients that I need to be calling on, quoting on, introducing the agency to. What can I be doing to help you out right now? Now, what I tell all of our clients is that RECAMP is what I refer to as a pull program when you start. You're pulling referrals from your realtor lenders because they have a process of doing things and you're not part of their process. And until you can disrupt the way they do things to become part of their process, you never will. So by calling them on a monthly basis, you're disrupting the way they do business. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad you called. I sold a couple houses last week and they're looking for your phone call. Now, there is a point in time that RECAMP becomes a push program where they're starting to push referrals to you. Hey, I sold a house over the weekend. I gave them your information. They're looking for their call, but here's their information. It may take 6 months. It may take 16 months, but it happens every time to where those realtor lenders start to call you. But at the start, we're calling them, and that's what these power cards will do for us. All right. In closing, we never refer to RECAMP as a keep in touch program, a buyer follow-up program, a card program, a contact management, a keep your name out there, a top of mind, a referral campaign, a drip campaign, even though it's all of those. If you call a realtor lender up right now and say, hey, I've got this great card program for you, they're going to say, hey, I appreciate it. Our company has a card program too. Thanks, but no thanks. Hey, we have a great keep your name out there. Hey, thanks, but no thanks. We've got an email campaign we're doing. So if you call anybody and frame RECAMP as any of these on the screen, they're going to say thanks, but no thanks, because they're not used to having an insurance agent have a meaningful program that helps them grow their business. So the way that we refer to RECAMP is we have a system, we have a product, we have a program at our agency. We leave it vague because this is a very visual program, and they have to be able to see it to fully understand it. Okay, what is the responsibility of the insurance agent? Well, you guys will set the appointments with your realtors or lenders. We'll help you. We've got scripts of what to say, where to find them, how to do it. We've got a very effective warm market outreach. We're not going to send you out to Facebook or Google and direct message a bunch of people or Google a bunch of people and call. We've got a very effective warm market outreach, but you guys will set your appointments with the realtor lenders. We'll help you with that. You'll sit down with them and you'll present the card presentation. That's what I went through with you with the 90-day, the thank you. That presentation only takes about 10 to 12 minutes. Once you finish the presentation, do your follow-up. When they send you a referral, you're going to write the policy on that client. You'll have to enter them into our system. It takes about 2 minutes. It's just your realtor lender, their client's information. That allows us to know what to mail, when to mail, who to mail things for, and then you do it again. So all in all, our clients tell us they spend about 2 hours a week at most on RECAMP. And what happens is once you get or establish your core referral partners, then it really just becomes a relationship building opportunity. Hey, Beth, how's the husband? How's the kids? You guys see the basketball game last night? You guys going anywhere this summer? So it converts to that because now you're a member of their team and you're visiting with them on a regular basis. All right, costing. I'm going to go over the high level of the pricing here. And then this is another one that when we're finished, if you guys have interest, we can circle up around one-on-one and I'll go through that pricing. I've got another presentation. It's kind of a slide point. But the high level cost of RECAMP is it's going to cost you $18 per year per client as long as they're on your book of business up to the 5 years. If they move their policy off of your book, then you're going to delete them out of our system and the mailing stop. So what most of our clients will do is in your CRM system, in the notes section, you'll just put that they're a RECAMP client. And then if you happen to get a cancellation notification along the way, that'll prompt you to come into our system to leave them out so the mailings actually stop. So just for clarity on that $18, that realtor lender sends you a referral. If you write the policy on that referral, it's going to cost you $18 for us to mail those marketing pieces out this year. If they renew next year, another 18. Third, fourth, and fifth, $18 each year. But if they drop off your book of business after the second year, you delete them out of our system. It doesn't cost you anything. So that's another slick thing about RECAMP is that you're only paying the marketing dollars if you're getting commission check from them. We don't have any annual fees or subscription fees with our program. It's designed to be an agency asset. Clients tell us that once they've generated about 6 to 8 referrals, they've covered the initial upfront. Now, just for a little clarity, there is a starter kit, for the lack of a better term, that comes with the setup of the program, where you're getting a bunch of materials, a bunch of training, a bunch of coaching, access to the back office. So that starter kit is what you'll initially get going with the program, and that covers about 6 to 8 referrals, and you'll cover that up front. So you can give me a call directly. Here's our 800 number, or send me an email if you've got some interest in learning a little bit more about what that starter kit costs, how the setup is. I can open it up for questions if there's some high-level ones about something other than the pricing. But other than that, just we can give me a call and we can go over and answer any detailed questions that you guys might have. All right, so I'll open it up. If you guys have some questions, some high-level questions, feel free to ping in. If not, we can wrap this up. You guys can call or email me directly. And Nancy, I don't know if you have any other business that you want to take care of on this webinar, but we can allow you to kind of ping in and do anything if you need to as well.
We are all good here. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, well, Lance, I'd like to thank you for joining us today and thank all of you for attending. Like I said, we will be posting this on our website. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to follow up on the website or feel free to email us at the office. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, Nancy. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.